I know Mike the Caveman Kuhn, mixed martial arts here. We're over at my good friend Kim Ross's house. She's one of my co-admins on Paleo Surf Long Island, and we got going on today is we're going to show you a little bit of food prep, a little fight prep foods, you know. We got a couple things going today. We have some grass-fed beef steaks we're going to cut up, we're going to grill up today. We have some shrimp that we're going to add to some cauliflower rice. We have some asparagus that we're going to grill with some cherry tomatoes and some garlic. And yeah guys, a little avocado we're going to cut up on the side. We're going to marinate the shrimp and the grilled garlic, the grilled asparagus with some skinny fat olive. That way it helps get some olive oil in, as well as some MCTs, help you burn some fat. Ready to go. You take some of the shrimp here. It's already been deveined and everything. So put it in the bag. We're gonna throw in some skinny fat olive. You know, from Calton Nutrition. It's an awesome way to get in your olive oil. It's MCTs, like we said. The beauty is that because it's an MCT blend, you can cook it at a higher smoke point. You don't have to worry about it burning. You're also getting the fat burning properties. I'm gonna throw some pepper in there. Some garlic powder. Some real salt. This is got a lot of good minerals in it. Besides just sodium chloride, it's got magnesium, it's got iron, it's got a couple of good things in there. And I like my stuff spicy, some other little cayenne in there as well. So we're going to get this marinade. I'm going to take this, I'm going to shake it up, put it on the side for a second. I'm going to shake it up a little bit. I'm going to come back to that. We were planning on grilling outside, but the weather's not looking too good, so I'm just going to use the grill pan as well as that for the steaks. So prepping the cauliflower rice right now. So we have a nice head of cauliflower. We're going to cut this up into little parts. We have the water boiling right over here. Once we have this cut into little heads, little florets, we're going to put it into the water. We're going to steam it up, boil it up a little bit. And then once it's got a little bit broken down, we're going to throw it into the Vitamix. We're just going to chop it up and turn it into our rice. So let's start cutting this guy. Let's put it away. Just going to cut out the stalk in the middle. Now, as you know, they call me the Caveman, so has to do with the paleo diet, as we mentioned, you know, paleo from Long Island, and fact of the matter is in paleo you don't eat grains. A lot of problems associated with grains, which includes wheat, corn, rice, oats. You know, a lot of things people associate with being, you know, really healthy for you, not really as good for you as you think. There's what are called anti-nutrients, and those anti-nutrients will block your absorption, they'll block a bunch of things you don't really want having on. You know, as a fighter, we gotta make sure we absorb all of our nutrients, everything we can get. So, instead of using rice, cauliflower is a really awesome vegetable. It's got very versatile properties to it. And we cut this up and we'll be able to turn it into a very awesome rice substitute. So you're just going to want it to be like the size of like one head. It doesn't need to be cut too small right now because we're going to throw it in the Vitamix afterwards. So right now, just, you know, size of one like head. That'll give it the right shape that we want. And then we throw it in there, hold it up so it cools down a little bit. The water's getting ready right now. From there, we're going to take it over to the Vitamix. And we're going to blend it on up. Okay, so with the cauliflower rice, it doesn't need to be boiling. We're just kind of getting it hot. So right now, as you can see, there's some steam coming up. Probably like the 180s right now. We're not really at boiling, but we're getting close. So I'm going to start prepping, start popping some of this in there. We're just going to steam it anyway, so we're going to throw the cover on that, let that take care of everything. So we're going to start out with our asparagus here. We're going to take the asparagus, take the tomatoes, we're going to take a little bit of garlic. Got this from Trader Joe's, one of the free-pack ones. It's so nice. Garlic is a real pain to cut it open. I'd much rather just get the cloves, you know. So we're going to take this here. We have the grill pan going. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay these across here. They're a little wet from rinsing them off before still, so I'm not too worried about them getting too hot yet. As I'm doing that though, I'm going to take some of the skinny fat olive again that we use for the shrimp. I'm going to drizzle it over the top of the asparagus. Then I'm going to take some of these fresh cherry tomatoes that actually I grew in my own backyard. I'll take these. I'm just going to distribute them amongst the grill pan as well. So what's going to happen is this is going to caramelize it together a little bit and bring together some of that flavor. I'm going to lower the heat a little bit. The skinny fat's not getting too happy. It's mixing with the water. You know anything about science, water and water and oil don't like each other. That's when we're going to pop them up and everything burns. And they don't need to burn 2 weeks out my pipe, so let's not do that. Last part, we're going to take this here garlic cloves. We're going to cut that open. Just going to throw them onto the pan as well. Same idea. To get it to infuse together a little bit. So, you know, the whole benefit of using the cloves of garlic versus the whole garlic. I mean, obviously the whole garlic probably is fresher, but I found that the one they have at Trader Joe's, pretty quality. It's not, you know, not too bad. It's just convenience, you know. There's certain things where, yes, you want to get the freshest, most local, the most organic thing you can get. Pick and choose your values, you know. The amount of time it takes to cut garlic versus the benefits of garlic in and of itself, the cost benefits, you know, it's there. Me personally, I hate peeling garlic. It takes forever. Those little packets, they're amazing. You can throw right onto the tray and we're ready to go. I'm going to drizzle a little more on as well, just to kind of help with the smoke. As you see, I'm not measuring anything out. Honestly, especially with this stuff, I really don't care how much there is in it. You're not going to store any of this fat. You know, MCTs, they bypass the liver, goes right to the body. You know, giving you any bile to break it down. So, I'm just going to turn this off over here. As we see, it's getting going pretty good. Any more than that, yeah, but it's still got a little bit of a crunch to it. It's got a little bit of a bite. Any more than that, it's going to overcook and it's going to get mushy. We'll turn it into mashed potatoes if we really want it to, but we're looking for that. We're looking for that rice to look today. So I'm going to bring it over here to the sink, and let's not be an idiot. Let's try and find something to grab this with. Okay, cool. So we have our strainer over here. The strainer, I'm going to use this to leave some of the water in there. And I'm going to transfer this from the water right into the Vitamix. Now if a little of the water gets in there, that's fine too. It's not that big of a deal. So we're turning on the Vitamix right now. I'm going to turn it up a little bit higher just to get a vortex going. Apparently that's not going to work either. So I'm going to get a stick. So we're going to take this here, just going to mix it up a little bit. You don't want to get to the point where it's mashed. What you're going to want to do is you want to get it until it's basically rice. It's going to look a little bit like rice. Actually, it's going to look a lot like rice. So we're going to pull out some of the liquid. Let's pull that out there, just so the blades have a chance to actually interact. You might be going mashed potatoes today. This is really not working the way I want it to. Just thinking about it as I was making it, you know, rookie mistake. You're supposed to, when you're making the rice, you need to blend it first, then you steam it. When you're making the mashed potatoes, you end up making the steaming it first, then you blend it. Rookie mistake, my fault. Still cauliflower, still gonna taste great either way. So, changing the recipe today. We're going to go with mashed cauliflower. And what I'm going to do now then, I'm going to add a little bit more garlic to this now instead. I'm going to add some more crushed garlic. Garlic cloves. I'm going to take some more black pepper from over here. I'm going to add some more of the real salt right here. And I'm also going to take some Organic Valley pasture-raised butter. This here is full of CLA and butyric acid, which are both great for, again, helping you burn fat, build muscles, anti-cancer. Great stuff. So we're going to take this here. The heat from the Vitamix will help melt the butter. So I'm going to take this here. Let's throw it on in. So as it's churning, you can see how it's ending up turning into more of a mashed potato consistency. Here. So we have our asparagus here. You know, it's got a nice little crunch to it. It's not too mushy. It's a problem a lot of people do with vegetables. You know, they end up making it, and it's way too mushy, and it just tastes like meh. You know, there's no flavor to it either. Right here, as you see some of these cherry tomatoes, they caramelized over each other. You know, they dried out. Actually good. What that's going to do is going to make, like, again, caramelization, so it makes it a little bit sweeter. And yeah, we're going to plate this right here. So we have our steaks here. These are some, you know, grass-fed organic ribeyes that I got from Fairway. Seasoned it with just a little bit of salt and pepper. If you get a quality steak, you know, that's all you really need. A little salt and pepper. Throw a little butter down. If you want to do it in a pan. If you're doing it on a grilled plate, or if you're doing it on an actual barbecue, don't need to go too crazy. Salt and pepper is all you really need for steak. So we're just going to finish it up in the oven, just so we can keep the grill going. We're going to use the grill for shrimp, so I'm just going to put this on in here. Finish up a couple minutes, you know, give it that nice look. Make sure it's cooked all the way through, save some time. And let's go with the shrimp now. The shrimp's been marinating since we got here probably about, you know, half an hour ago? Something like that, I don't know. So, the pan, everything else we've been cooking so far, it's so hot. You see it's turning pink already, the shrimp's ready to rock. We're just going to leave it cooking, you know, from the ambient heat. Don't need to keep the heat going. Don't want it to smoke the place anymore. Take some of those there. As you can see, all the seasoning we had that marinated in, it's locking in pretty well. So, let's turn those over. Get a nice pink color to them. I'm going to cut up my avocado. So cut it in half first. Let's see if I picked a winner. Good avocado. Very hard to pick a good avocado. A lot of times they start getting all brown and mushy, and you know, they're going rotten. A lot of times you pick them, you open it up, and it's hard as a rock. This here little goop is exactly what you're looking for. This right here is the perfect avocado. It's that right in that in-between phase. It's ripe, but it's not overripe. So we're just going to cut this up into like little slices, and we're going to throw it on with the asparagus. Put one in here. Looks pretty good to me. So we have our steaks right there. Let's turn that off. Let's see how our shrimp's doing. Let's turn that back on for a second just to get this heated up a little bit. Cook it through. Alright, so let's take everything here. Let's plate it up so we get everything together. So take some of the asparagus, tomatoes and garlic, a little bit of the avocado. We'll take some of the mashed cauliflower. Actually, before I eat this here, before I finish that up, I'm going to take some dulse flakes. These here, they're seaweed, full of iodine, helps with your thyroid, helps with a lot of things. A lot of people are deficient in iodine, so seaweed of all types is one of the best ways to get it in. This here is dulse flakes. Just going to shape it out in there. Almost like you would with chives. We can throw it right in there with that. Take one of these steaks. Slap that on in there. And let's finish up our surf and turf. Throw a couple shrimps. There we go. Got a nice paleo meal. So, what you saw there is relatively average meal. A little bit more prep than I would normally do. I might not do a whole surf and turf idea on a regular meal. A lot of times getting between work and training might be a little bit faster. But I'll definitely do, I'll do steaks like that. I'll do vegetables. I'll buy the frozen bags, make it like a little easier. The freezing, drop them in because frozen vegetables, they're picked at peak ripeness, so it's a good place to have it. So, but vegetables, some kind of side sometime, whether that be the rice you planned on or the mashed cauliflower, or maybe not, maybe just, vegetables and meat, a little quality fats, MCTs, the olive oil, coconut oil, a little grass-fed butter. Just keep it simple, keep everything good. Lots of spices, that way it's not too bland. Change the spices, change it up, and you got a lot of options. You might have saw it in the background before, but over dinner we had a little bit of a nice little treat to have while we were drinking, while we were eating. We had this little drink here. This here is what's called Live Kombucha, it's in the company. They make soda flavors. Now I haven't had soda in 15 years, and the thing is, they're pretty incredible. Everybody I've had tried them was like, whoa, that tastes just like soda. They have like Dr. Pepper one we had today, they have lime, root beer. They have a cola one and like ginger ale, orange soda. It's really good stuff. The difference is rather than just being like soda, it's fermented tea, so kombucha. It's a probiotic. It's kind of like yogurt or kefir, but as opposed to using milk, you use sweetened green tea or black tea rather, and you get a whole bunch of good gut health out of it, and it just tastes like soda. Very bare minimal calories. Most of the sugar has been fermented out, and it's just incredible. You've been watching Training Real XP. Keep stay tuned. Keep watching us on our road to the cage.